Hello my friends, this is Wake Angel 2001 coming at you with another dip into the final faction hole. With the first vehicle of the set, the final faction Arrow ATV. Yeah, it's a car that your final faction guys can ride. So, it looks a little bit threadbare. It's basically just a bunch of pipes, but that's because there's an upgrade kit for it. The weapons and armor for the Final Faction Arrow ATV. Now you may think that it's a little bit cheap to be splitting the set apart, but you gotta remember, these are items you get from Dollar Tree. Each one costs $1.25. So the two of them put together, yeah, $2.50. Like, you got $2.50 burn a hole in your pocket, you can go ahead and make yourself the fully upgraded thing. So, reading the bio from the back of the box, the Arrow ATV has a compact design that allows it to easily zip through the most rugged terrain while defending the Earth from the Kharn alien threat. With the Arrow ATV armor and weapons pack, sold separately, it's virtually indestructible. And then there's a preview of the set, but here's the set right here, showing that it comes with guns, bumpers, mounted weapons, and of course armor. Once upgraded with weapons and armor, the Arrow ATV instantly strikes fear into the heart of the Kharn. Weapons provide a powerful, high rate of fire, and armor makes the Arrow ATV the ultimate assault vehicle. And this is obviously meant to be cut out and used as a trading card. But the thing is that that's way smaller than the cards that the figures come with. But yeah, we got the barricade bumper, the deflector, the automatic artillery guns, the Gatling blaster, and the engine guards. So yeah, there's no window box in this thing, and as you can see, some assembly is required. So yeah. Look at that, there's even a sheet. Yeah. Alright, so let's assemble $2.50 worth of toy car. And here is the ATV. Yes, that was a very simple build. It rolls. These simple little clip-on wheels are still quite frictionless, and look at that. You can get a pretty good clip going with just a little tap. It has some painted details. The headlights are red. Got some red up here. Not red up here, which I'm pointing at, but it's off screen. Yeah, it's not the best paint job, but it's okay for what it is. Like I said, if you have this, it only costs you $1.25. So it's, you know, I'm sorry, we had some home renovations, so most of the furniture in my living room is all caught in one space. So it's a little echoier in here than usual without the furniture to break up the sound, so my audio probably sounds crappy. There's a chair inside, got a steering wheel, and there's mounting points where you can put the pegs from other figures in. We'll get to that in a minute, but first, let's go ahead and deck the thing out with its upgrade kit. I guess I should bring up really quick how the armor is meant to attach to the ATV. If you look underneath them, there are these little C-clamp things, which are meant to hold on to the geometry of the ATV's bars. So yeah, like there's no peg and holes with this thing. It's they kind of just clamp on. Works pretty effectively, and it isn't too hard in the fingers either. So I will give it credit for that. And yeah, here we go. Now that's looking like an intimidating war machine. It's got some armor plating. It's got an arrow in the motif now. Got a big nasty bumper. And you even have some guns up on the top. And if you look, it's kind of funny. It's like they made mounted turrets, but they still have handles like regular guns do. And even this thing in the back, see? Look at that. It's like 2 guns. It's kind of funny. And the thing can still roll. So yeah, looking pretty sharp, almost Mad Maxian, really. I kind of like the. There is almost no paint, but it's cast in this way that it has this rugged look to it. Kind of already looks like it's like solid metal that's been like scorched. Like, it has a really good look going on. Like, you know that because of the incredibly low price point, this was probably manufactured pretty cheaply, but despite the obvious cheap manufacture, like, there's almost no actual paint, but the plastic itself looks really good. Like, yeah, it's unpainted, but it still looks pretty epic. It's like a, you know, it looks military grade. It doesn't need fancy colors or anything like that. It just looks like a solid military workhorse vehicle. So, you know what? Kudos, Final Faction. This totally works with your aesthetic. All right, so let's get some figures onto here so we can see what that looks like. Alright, I want to say real quick that I was a little bit skeptical about the figures being on the vehicle like this because as you can see they have like bent knees and stuff, which show that that you know, those aren't the figures. Those seem to be like 3D renders just kind of stuck in the toy, which is in itself a little bit interesting. Like, they actually went ahead and got 3D models to stick in this thing instead of actually getting the figures themselves. I mean, yeah, that looks very CGI, but they got it to integrate pretty effectively with the toy. That's, you know, kind of impressive for what it is. But fear not, you actually can get the figures to mount on the vehicle. So there they are, the 3 of them, the 3 same characters. And as you can see, the car is significantly bigger in proportion to the size of the figures themselves. I have the same 3 figures that are on the box art featured here. For the 2 that go on the back, their feet connect to these pegs, and then they got one leg freely off. Like, it kind of like a garbage man hanging off of the back of a garbage truck. And you can see, let me zoom in. The characters hold on to the guns on the double turret with their hands to keep themselves stable so they don't fall off. Although, I really don't see how anyone's going to be able to reach here. There are no more pegs on the sides of the vehicle, but hold on, let me just grab a random dude. Okay. We're gonna go with Sniper Angry Joe here. Let's see if I stick his hand into the gun. Okay. And he's just kind of hanging off the side of the vehicle, like he is held on solely by his hand. Not to mention, I'm pretty sure he's being driven deaf by these guys blasting the gun right behind his head. So, yeah, if you want to be absurd, you could get up to, I suppose you can get up to 5 people in here, a driver and 4 hanging gunners, but like, that just looks silly. That looks very, very silly. And again, he is only holding on with his hand. There was nothing else attaching him to the vehicle. The driver, you just kind of get the hands onto the steering thing, and then because of the 90-degree bends that they have at their hips, they can sit very effectively. So there you go. You got a driver. You got a couple of mounted gunners, and the whole affair still rolls even with them on it. And I didn't realize I moved the camera a little bit. So yay! Again, keep in mind, getting this thing is $2.50. This is not expensive. In fact, even with all 3 figures riding on it, the figures from the first wave were all $1 each. So personally, I spent $5.50 to create this. And with $1 extra, I can have... Good work, team! So, you know what? It almost... It feels like I'm punching below my weight class criticizing these things because they're Dollar Tree toys. These are things that you impulse buy, or something that like a little kid who's getting his first allowance can go to pick up his new toy or candy at the dollar store, and this is totally affordable for him. Like a $10 bill could seriously buy most of this series. I mean, with $10, you could get the vehicle, the upgrade kit, all 3 of these characters, and still have money left over to buy a couple of aliens to run over. Like, and you know what? They're pretty darn decent quality. These are fine. These are really good toys. Like, I'm not even punching below my weight class because I'm not punching. I'm patting them on the head. You did good, Final Faction. You're actually a really cool little toy series. And you're just so darn affordable. So, yes, if you have a Dollar Tree near your area and you got an extra $2.50 burning a hole in your pocket, go ahead and grab an ATV. Hopefully they'll have another vehicle set up that the Kharn can actually ride in. I would like to see a Kharn flying saucer or something. That would be immensely joyous. So this is Wake Angel 2001 signing off.